Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we have our review for Sleepin Guy Deluxe Edition, a next-gen re-release of Suicide Guy. That's what the game was originally called on PS4, before the developers realised such a title would not encourage YouTube creators to show off their game. It was a smart move to change the name, but was it a smart move to re-release the game? Watch on and try not to fall asleep. Have you ever wanted to take part in an escape room that ended in your own death? Well, now you can, as Sleepin Guy falls onto PS5 in this deluxe edition. Sleepin Guy is an unremarkable 3D physics puzzle platform game set in the headspace of the titular guy, and your ultimate goal in each of the 31 levels is to unalive yourself. Sleepin Guy opens with a disclaimer about its content and advises those suffering with suicidal thoughts and mental health issues to not play the game and to seek professional help. While the likes of GTA regularly make headlines for its content, Sleepin Guy's narrative seems unintentionally darker in tone. The opening disclaimer sits starkly juxtaposed against the game that follows it. The game opens with Sleepin Guy lazing on his sofa in his dimly lit apartment with a beer in hand, watching the TV. This bearded protagonist nods off, releasing his grip on his bottle of booze, and before it can hit the ground, we're transported into his unconscious mind. His mind palace, it seems, resembles an empty American diner, and this dream world serves as the game's hub. Each of the game's levels are accessed by interacting with items on the numerous tables within the diner. The setup is simple and provides a jumping off point for each of the game's levels. The main objective in each level is to solve a series of puzzles that will ultimately provide a way to kill off your character. Gameplay is straightforward and basic, with limited controls owing to the restricted interactions available within each puzzle space. The controls are so basic, in fact, that multiple buttons on the DualSense go unused, and there's even a dedicated button to perform a burp. Yeah, really. And a punch button that isn't used for anything other than flinging coffee cups and small items around within the levels. The levels are quite varied, with scenarios inspired by everything from Moby Dick to Super Mario, and from Jurassic Park to Portal. While it's great to see these homages, the execution is consistently poor, with uninspired puzzles, tedious first-person platforming, and an overwhelming lack of polish. The puzzles on offer in Sleepin Guy Deluxe Edition are shown some promise, and I genuinely enjoyed figuring out what to do next. Most levels exhibit creativity in the way you reach the demise, but they all suffer from inconsistent physics. On multiple levels, I experienced puzzle items not obeying the laws of gravity. This would normally have prevented me from progressing, but the puzzle designs are flawed in a way that allowed me to complete some objectives without using their intended solutions, which relieved some of my frustrations. The visuals are bold and bright, and have the occasional impressive element, like a decent fire effect in an Indiana Jones-inspired temple level or a strangely detailed goat. Despite these anomalies, the graphics reminded me of an upscaled PS2 game and failed to make any meaningful use of the power in the latest generation of consoles. After beating the game, players are rewarded with a new camera filter, talk about your consolation prize, that applies a cel-shaded filter that actually looks better than the default graphics. Why this filter wasn't applied to the game from the start, I will never know. The sound in Sleepin Guy is not much better than the rest of the game. There are small radios in each level that play unique pieces of music, and while some of them are tolerable and add to the limited atmosphere, others are just plain awful and annoying. Mercifully, the radios can be turned off, unlike the grunts and huffs from our chubby protagonist. His guttural moans and groans are particularly annoying during platform sections, as the 3 or 4 sound bites cycle over and over again. Aside from the puzzle platforming, there are also some statues to collect in each level, but unfortunately they don't really present any challenge to hunt down, with some of them even sitting on pedestals in front of you when you enter a level. So easy is that task, I was able to find every single statue during my 3-hour playthrough without actively looking for them. Sleepin Guy Deluxe Edition will offer some value to the trophy hunting community, as by the time I'd finished the game, I was just a couple of trophies away from earning the platinum. I was hopeful for some positive resolution at the end of the game, but instead, the final level is a nonsensical event involving throwing trash cans at a witch. The game offers no form of closure or meaningful development to the Sleepin Guy character beyond him achieving his objective of catching his falling beer. The biggest issue I had with Sleepin Guy Deluxe Edition was its narrative concept. The makings of a good puzzle game are apparent, and with more time and polish, it could have produced an enjoyable game, but why frame it around suicide? Suicide has a devastating and world-shattering effect on thousands of people every single year, but Sleepin Guy is unsympathetic to those that live with mental health issues beyond its opening disclaimer. So while it does show occasional potential as a good puzzle game, its poor presentation, lack of polish and awful concept beg the question whether it should exist at all. And that is the end of this review. If you're still awake and haven't tried to unalive yourself, thanks for watching, and I hope this video was of some use to you. If you did enjoy this video, please do us a favour, like, subscribe, comment and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.